So I'm pretending to switch it up to give you a different angle of the office, make it different and exciting to watch this week's video. All right, so week 3, here we go, moving right along. So we've talked about careers, right? And we've talked about the interview. What kind of comes between careers and the interview, though, is your resume and cover letter, which you guys have been working on. So this week is really kind of giving you those final tips and tricks on how to write it, and recognizing that what's due this week is just a draft. I don't expect you to hit a home run, grand slam, cover letter, resume. Well, if you do, great, but I'm not expecting it, which is why we have a rough draft and may take several weeks to get it just right, tailored to the job, and so that is perfect. So anyway, this week what you're going to do is look at the 3 web pages going over how to write a cover letter, and there are 2 web pages that are going over writing a resume. I believe that resume should be 1 page. So when people put the objective, really the objective is to get a job, right? I think it's silly. So I'm going to say when you're looking over the resume stuff and it says put the objective, ignore that. That's also what the cover letter is going to do. Your cover letter is really your objective on why you're a good fit, kind of selling yourself, which is what a lot of people use the objective for. So we're going to leave that out. So that's going to save you valuable real estate, because if you're trying to get your resume to 1 page, which there's no reason why your resume should not be 1 page. All right, we know what a cashier does. You don't have to give me 50 different job descriptions that you did. So be thinking about specifics, right? So if you were a cashier saying handled $50,000 worth of revenue daily, or cash sales, or whatever it is you did, find a number. If you manage people, identify how many, kind of some of your key responsibilities. But those 2 websites on resumes are really going to help you outline how to sell yourself on that resume, because a lot of HR managers are just glancing at it, right? So if I've got 50 applications on my desk, I'm just skimming. I'm not reading all the details. And so we have to think about the font size, how easy it is to read. Is it goofy looking with colors and designs? We don't need all of that, right? That's kind of like if you watched Hitch and he was like, we don't need to toss pizza. There's food there, right? You don't have to make it all fancy and crazy, right? But keep it simple, keep it clean. When I talk about keeping it down to 1 page, a good way to do that also is to really adjust your margins. So you don't have to have your standard 1-inch margins. You can do a 1/2 inch, you can do a 1/4 inch, so that you can go further across the page, top to bottom, as you're working on that. So again, if you have any questions, that's what you're going to do. We've got a discussion post for you to talk about some of the things that you realized, how difficult or easy or whatever issues you might have had as you were writing it. It's just a quick little discussion post to get some insight onto kind of how your weeks are going, especially as you work specifically on your cover letter and resume. Was it harder than you thought, easier than you thought? Do you see the importance of a cover letter? I didn't move enough. My light cuts off. Sorry about that. And that'll take care of week 3. So, all right, I'll see you guys next week. Have a good week. Learn something.